I believe that I can make the difference. I have the strength, the dignity, the love for people, and I just love doing things, and I am what they call a system cleaner. The number one problem is crime. Crime and the character of people they elect. I think they elect the wrong people. You know, I've been here off and on since 1966, and I feel that politically how Oakland accentuates itself is not that productive. And that's why one of the things that I like to say to people, you know, productivity is very important. And you have to have that thing in you, that love for it and that zeal for it. And I think that the people they elect, they just want to enhance their pockets, really. That's the biggest thing. And the candidates and the people they elect, they end up going threefold in their fortunes. And that to me is wrong. And since I was a kid, I don't like the idea of rich people coming in and telling me how to run my life, you know, because they're going to enhance themselves first. And this group here, they're attorneys, and all of them, and I feel that they're deceptionists. I have not had very good luck with attorneys in my whole life. And I just feel that deception is not the way to go when you're dealing with people, especially people that are poor, like the majority of people in Oakland. They're very poor, you know, and they don't understand the chemistry of who and what we are. You know, I came up hard, very hard, you know, extremely hard, you know, very poor, you know, and I look at the things, how they look at things and how they perceive in their minds, oh, well, they're the great saviors. And I think that is not right. And I think that the love of people is the first thing that you have to have, and dignity and respect and that chemistry to include yourself into the public itself and not be an elitist and be not part of us. Just I'm gonna be here as your overseer, so to speak. I don't like that. You know, and this thing here is with the candidates now, I feel that, like I said, they are elitist, you know, and contortionists in the truth. They like to stretch and do the truth in different manners. And I have not seen one attorney in my whole lifetime that has not done that sometime. Every once in a while you see a great one, but I am not thrilled with this bunch here, and that's why I'm running. You have to look at gentrification and progress being honest. You know, people are going to go where the cheapest houses are. The biggest thing here is the cost of housing is going up. One of the things I would like to do is to create an air that we all are Oakland residents. And there are 450 lots throughout Oakland that I would like to see manufactured homes put on. That would create affordable housing. It's a lot cheaper than custom-built houses, and they're ready, they're available. I mean, you can do that in less than 2 weeks. You can go a single-story cottage, or you can go multi-story, however big this thing. Manufactured homes are the thing of the future. And I think that they're affordable. That's the big thing, you know, and you can insure them, you know, you can design what you want to design and just make it what you want to be, you know, but it would create and that would cure a lot of our problem we have. And rezoning and rebuilding downtown Oakland and turning 4 million square feet of empty office space into houses. And I'd like to build 5 garage sections, you know, 1,000 cars apiece to get people off the street. I would like to build a desalination plant off Jack London Square to turn salt water into fresh water and to include that into our system. And that way we can cheapen the fact that global warming is here. You have to be real about this. And that would accentuate us. And I'd like to see all these little things like parks and solar, what do they call those, shelters. I'd like to see them solar powered. And I'd like to see an electric system down there, an electric grid system that is monitored and engineered to the fact that, you know, that would put 10,000 people downtown Oakland. That would give us 5,000 jobs and about $1.5 to $1.7 billion in revenue. And if I look at the numbers right, that should be about 140 million into the tax coffers. And I think that would, if we could do that for 3 years, 3 whole years, Oakland would be on the map. We would have a good time. Violent crime, the chemistry of crime is in the gang community. Hardcore. If you drive through Oakland, you see Mercedes-Benz, all the luxury high-dollar cars. That tells you that the crime sector is very, very well established in Oakland. In public housing, I was running through there the other day on my motorcycle after, putting around, and I saw a Benz, a very expensive Benz. Then I went on, and then there was a Bentley sitting there, a pearl white 2010 Bentley. So in learning counterterrorism and counterinsurgency, you learn to look at the chemistry of things. You know that organized crime in Oakland is very, very real. The bad thing about it, the violence comes from the enforcers. Whenever you get to any place you see that violent crimes are happening, that is from the enforcement community. These are the people that when you don't pay, they take your life. The bad thing about Oakland is that $80 million a year is generated on the middle management side of the drug trade in Oakland. You take 400 or 500 people times $150,000 a year is what the average middle management drug person makes, or contraband person. You take that and you get around $80 million. That's a lot of money. You're looking at an organization that is well organized, well financed, and they are very inclusive to violence. This is where the problem comes from. And the city council and our administration here does not have the knowledge to deal with that. The other problem is the police department. They've just been beat down. That's psychological impairment, I call it, What I would do is I would bring on 700 policemen, because that's what the budget can afford. People are talking about 900 and up. I don't believe in all that. 700 policemen, and get them out of the offices and get them out of their little closets and put them on the street. Every dadgum one that can go out there, put him out. And I also like to include something that I learned in Japan and China. They have observers, have civilian observers, civilian people from the community. The clergy ride with the captain of the police department at least once a month. This keeps everybody square and safe. And on top of that, I'd like to see a 200-man observation force riding around in little trucks, because people are hiring private securities now. And that is not working, because you cannot make a report to an insurance company if you're a private security. It has to be a police report. So I would put this 200 observers, I would put them under the guise of the police department, put them in little pickup trucks with a little yellow light on the top, and send them around, and that way they're deterring crime. I don't play the game very well. I'm straight up. People don't like what I say sometimes. I didn't live like a phony individual. I will tell you what's on your mind when I find out what is on your mind, and I will fix whatever comes in front of me. I was called a situation cleaner. I was called a very hardcore, deadly, quiet situation cleaner by several of my commanding officers. I am exactly that. No bones, no stuff, no anything about it. I do the job, whatever the job takes. And because I lived in Vietnam and in little things, let's say little things, okay, we'll just leave it at that because a lot of it's private. I don't play the game, and I will do what needs to be done. And I live with no fear. And I love excitement. I love excitement. But just think of me as the wolf at the door. If you're wrong, I'm going to come in some kind of way. I'm going to get you, And again, I love budgets, and I love people, and I just want people to understand that. And again, I grew up just like 90% of the people here, and I've been humbled by the fact that one of the things that happened to me is I was at Oakland Army Base in the 70s, and I saw the caskets go by every day, and I thought my guts was going to come out. I never forgot that. And those kids I dedicate my life to, and the people who built me, because believe me, I used to love to drink and fight and do all the things that a young man do, and I was very good at it. But people said, you have something in you, and this is why I'm giving my life. And I'm structured and with discipline, and compassion and passion. And those are the things that I want people to know. That I'm so much different from anybody running. You know, I'm way, way different. These people are very structured. They're very elitist. I am down to earth. And again, I don't play the game very well. And you know what? The thing about it is, my dad used to say something. You see that moon up there? He said, you may not get it all, but jump and get a piece of it. And that's the way I live life. I live on the edge, and I love high-speed motorcycles, and I just built me a 200-mile-per-hour car, and I'm 71. So here I go live. Here I go life. And you know, the biggest thing is, I worked on nuclear submarines, and you know, you have to be a stickler. Missile systems, you have to be a stickler for detail, and I want people to know that, because that took a lot of something out of me. And the biggest thing challenge I've had in life is I was the chief engineer of the tug fleet that carried weapons from Concord to the open seaway, and that like to wreck my whole life. But that, having an accident like Port Chicago, kept me focused. I never forgot that picture I saw Port Chicago. And we carried a lot of stuff. We did a lot of dumb stuff too. I'm gonna tell you that, tell the public that. The Navy did a lot of dumb stuff, but we lived by chance. And when those tugs got underway, nobody slept. That's how scared everybody was, every load. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, with that, I think that disqualifies me above the fray of anybody out there to be your mayor, because I love you very much.